How we doing, folks? This is the White Lightning here, your local live Def Leppard YouTube channel supporter provider, if you want to call it that or call me that. Um, I don't really make videos like this. I mean, it's not even a video, but I've never really recorded myself in this manner to self-reflect and discuss and record um, my thoughts, or kind of commentate and talk about some Def Leppard related things ever. um, the new album has come out, and a lot of people are talking about it, a lot of people looking into it. It's great traction for the band. I think it's a good send off, a good start back up here after COVID and whatnot. And literally as this is being recorded, we're a day off from them starting the stadium tour with Motley Crue. But having said that, my father and I are serious Def Leppard fans. I don't want to. I'd like to think and say that we're not too far gone, like Joe Elliott would say. There's Doritos boys out there, I don't think that we are to that level, but we definitely talk about the guys. We talk about Leppard. We look at the set list. We talk about songs. We talk about albums with tracks, and we're serious fans. We pay attention, and it just brings up a point that I've probably thought about and said for the past however many years being a Def Leppard fan is, where is where's the album track you really want to hear, I guess. I had played White Lightning in the car today, and it just kind of put it in perspective, or it kind of dropped a seed in my head, and it was like, well, maybe we can go off and do a tangent and just talk about this in a recorded environment. I don't know how to put my finger on it. I mean, I'm by no means a music critic. It's just shifted, and they've gotten into the headspace, or they've definitely, I would say, settled down, and they just have their path, or are on the path of with how they write now, which is a little bit more radio friendly on the pop side of things. I would also somewhat tout it or view that as maybe just not pushing the limitations, challenging themselves, as well as playing it safe to a degree. And again, they have not taken a year off since 2010, which is, this is how serious I am as a fan and going off on a tangent. But the last time they took an entire year off pre-COVID was 2010, and then they come out, they did the Mirror Ball, released the Mirror Ball live album, they did the Mirror Ball tour, and ever since then, since 2011, they've toured every year, and it's gotten better, and they've done some special things in there, and they've built their brand and their status up again, which is awesome. And I think they have a really good image, and they have a really good fan base, a very broad fan base, which is amazing. I guess it just being a little bit more of a still a younger, serious Def Leppard fan, I would say that they may not necessarily embrace as much of their catalog as they should. They should be proud of it. And this is totally going off the rails from kind of around, an album track, but I think it still has a part, or plays a part in it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a single, or they have tons of pieces of music and songs that are brilliant, that are album tracks and worthy to be represented in a live setting, that were not on Hysteria. And this is probably my third or fourth time trying to do this because my piece of shit computer is not cooperating. But the last time that they probably really did an album track, I would say would be on Euphoria with Paper Sun. I mean, That's a great song. And they played it live. And they've brought it back out since that tour, which is amazing. But people like that song. Serious Def Leppard fans like that song. I'd like to think if somebody falls between casual and serious, they like it. People lean into that song even if they're not crazy about Leppard. You know, it's and I'd say the last time probably that they tried to do it or that a song was within that headspace would be a song like Go off of Songs from the Sparkle Lounge, which, if I remember off the top of my head, I had just been looking at it, but I think the runtime is like 3 minutes and 21 seconds, which, that can be played on the radio, but that's not necessarily a radio-friendly song. And so it kind of represents what I'm saying, or just the point, and how it's like you just don't see songs as much over a runtime of 5 minutes. And even just labeling it an epic track, because it was kind of a trademark thing, if you will, there for a little bit, or they had one or two epic songs throughout the album, and then would be represented really well in a live setting. And I mean, an all-time epic track for me, or that comes to mind when talking about this, say even besides White Lightning, would be like Die Hard the Hunter. I mean, oh my God, I can't put it into words. Just that piece of music, that whole piece, is brilliant. Um, you know, it's hard rock. They dip their toe in metal. Now it's not distorted guitars, but I mean, the mid solo section between the dueling section and the runtime, I mean, it's beautiful. It's awesome. And that's that to it gives off vibes of like mid to late 70s hard rock, just indulging guitar, serious, Zeppelin-esque, and slight purplish. And I just miss that. I like that element of their music. And just every album, it's gotten a little bit further away from having a track like that. I mean, I don't have the expectation that a whole album can be like that, but at least maybe a track or two, And it'll be interesting to see what your folks' thoughts are on this, or even however many of you listen to this and or agree or share, share my opinion, or you disagree, or you're on somewhere else on the round table with this, I guess. But it's just an interesting observation, or it's something that's been on my mind, and it's always interesting to try to find an outlet to talk about these things. Because my dad, when the new album had been released, he was sending me songs as they were coming out, and there wasn't maybe as much to grip to that was really getting his attention. Even mine, or I just kind of would listen and tell him they're kind of just playing it safe now, I would say. And the Take What You Want song is getting some traction, which is good, I would say. And it's got a chunky riff, but it's I don't know, it's not the album track type of vibe, I guess. And trust me, by no means with the music that has been released, and at least say the albums for the past however many years into the 2010s, is not bad music by any means. It's not. It's just more of an observation and thinking and looking into when they were writers, I would say maybe more in their prime, challenging and pushing themselves, and had album tracks pretty consistently on their albums. So, without kind of getting off course anymore, or going into, however many other topics that we could talk about, I'm probably going to conclude it here. Depending on the reception of this, or the thoughts, or if it's even controversial, maybe there could be more like this. But I kind of wanted to just, have an outlet and kind of bring it up and talk about it, because it was fresh on my mind. As a Def Leppard fan, I go in and out. I take breaks for a few months, and then I get back into them, and listen to the discography. I'll listen to some live stuff, official and unofficial, and then I dip back out. But after listening to White Lightning in the car today, it just kind of put a bug in my head, so I kind of wanted to talk about it. But I will also work to get back on putting together some audio clips and some tracks and some performances from Leppard on the YouTube channel. But hopefully you guys kind of like this, or opens up a discussion, and you guys give some feedback or give your thoughts, and see where you stand on this, if there's a fine line in the sand, or if we're at a round table kind of sharing Doritos, if you will. So um, hope you guys keep it rocking. Hope all is well, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.